All right, in tonight's Biz Blitz, a new bizarre ad from liberal billionaire Tom Steyer. You know, he's the one who's big on the environment, with an actor in this one impersonating TransCanada's CEO. Take a look.
We said the Keystone Pipeline was going to increase American oil independence. You want to see who it's really going to increase oil independence for? God bless America.
All right. So why are liberals giving this ad a pass, but criticizing, let's say, the Koch brothers for their ads? We wonder. You decide. Back with our Biz All-Stars, Hadley and Jonas and Sherry. Hadley, what do you think?
Well, obviously, people who agree with the liberal content of this message will give it a pass, but I'm more taken aback by the style. It seems to be sort of outside of the box, maybe a little bizarre, a little distracting, I think, from the issue at hand. Maybe it's good to have people think about the issue. Maybe they'll go look up information for themselves, do their own research about the Keystone Pipeline, but the music and the weird graphic effects may actually turn people off.
Yeah, the actor looks a little bit like the late George Kennedy, but that could just be me. Sherry, what I'm wondering about is, look, whatever you think of Steyer, I'm just saying that the media should treat both the same. If you're okay with a billionaire in this case forking over a lot of money for a cause he believes in, then you should be okay with a billionaire in this case, a brother's billionaire.
Do you really think that's going to happen?
No, I don't. That's just my point.
Yes, and no, of course they're going to give him a pass, and they're going to go after the Koch brothers. But what I find interesting about this is it always amazes me, because I am a political consultant, how everybody else thinks they can be a political consultant. This guy, this billionaire, wrote this ad himself. That's what it looks like. He thinks because he's good in one area,
we're told he actually did. No, we're told he actually did.
That doesn't surprise me. A lot of he's successful in one area of his life, so therefore he thinks he can do everything. This ad is insulting to the viewer and the voters. It is creepy. It is weird, like Hadley said, and it looks like he wrote it himself, and it's not going to help the person he's trying to help. I think it's insulting, and again, he thinks that he knows how to do this, and because it just looks so easy when others do it.
But it does make a caricature out of an issue, doesn't it?
It does. A caricature, I'm not sure people still buy anymore. His videos don't do well on YouTube, which is really disrespectful for all the liberal film directors out there who could be producing really funny videos to make these cases. I don't know why these guys get a pass. Democrats are supposed to be against, corporate interests in putting videos. These hedge
You will never see a bad thing written about him in the mainstream.
No, and these hedge fund billionaires got rich twice. They had a low tax rate, lower than the Koch brothers, because of carried interest in hedge funds. He invested, I should say, I think he divested, from pipelines in competition with this one that would benefit from this not happening. So it's so hypocritical on some levels. He owns houses that consume more energy than towns. He has private jets. They're not environmentalists. When you become a billionaire, you almost have to take a vow against the environment.
Or at least fly commercial. All right, on to issue 2. The federal government could be monitoring your very Twitter account. Feds are backing a study with nearly $1 million that creates a database to track hate speech on social media outlets. They would be in business forever just tracking my hate mail. But, Sherry, what do you make of this? And I just worry about a whole new database that should give me pause.
Well, you should worry about a whole new database, because they're doing this. Here's what's happening. We have the government overstepping the boundaries on the corruption and spying on us and gathering information, and Washington isn't doing anything about it. They're kind of a part of it, or they're afraid to speak out. So here is what happens. They go, okay, we're going to push the envelope a little bit more. We're going to find another way to spy on Americans. I think that the social media, I think you should have Twitter and Facebook should come out screaming against this, and there should be another, and if they don't, there should be another company that comes up and takes out over social media that does come out against it, and everybody will go and join them, and Facebook will be something of the past, because this is outrageous, it's dangerous, and it's frightening, and it's about free speech. Who decides what hate speech is? We're talking about free speech. We have an IRS that's messing around with the tax status and refusing to give tax conservative groups that disagree with the president, and we're allowing this to happen. So this is just another example of the government finding a way, and whether it's a liberal or a conservative in charge, everybody should be concerned, because that means that you get to have that kind of control over the things that we do on social media.
Hadley?
this study is also apparently supposed to monitor misinformation, how misinformation spreads online. I think all of us can identify with the frustration of seeing things online, whether it's on social media or on a blog or even on a website that purports to be news that isn't true, and that is frustrating. We do want people to find the truth, but I'm very hesitant about studies like this one that set up a university source or a government source, a government-funded source in this case, as the arbiter of what truth is. So it's not just a censorship issue about hate speech and freedom of speech, but it's about, treating all different political perspectives, especially in the political realm. Misinformation is sort of identified in the eye of the beholder, and so I would be very hesitant to put the government in charge of truth. Right? It's very Orwellian.
This is a CIA thing that we don't know about. Like, this is just a National Science Foundation grant to a university to do a research project that we can interact with the database.
Well, that's how it starts.
So, but what hate speech? Because that's the thing. Who decides what hate speech?
Exactly.
If I say
he's okay with it.
Yeah, if I say something you don't like, is that hate speech?
Well, guys, we don't know. I'm just telling you, though, you keep those tweets and emails coming. Anything nasty you say about me, give them to the government.